Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We have returned from the podcast ether and / James being on holiday and trusting Paul to do things.
Didn't go well.
It did not. No, I tried.
You got one out in 3 weeks.
In fact, blame Remy. In my defence, he never got me back as a guest star. Yeah,
You mean you never got him back as a guest star?
that's the one I meant to say. Basically, he's big timing us. That's what it is. He's a fancy big time now, being El Jefe, and he doesn't have time for the little guy.
I just play the race card.
Yeah.
We're your only non-American podcast, and you're not responding to us. Come on.
Yeah, we see you, Jez.
Jezza.
The old Jez bomb.
What the hell? That sounds like what he calls his Willy Winky.
I don't know how deep we go in this rabbit hole, because I'm just imagining kind of him being like, "Hey Tinks, want to see the Jez bomb?" Just to preface that with a little star. Please don't kick us off the network. We're just kidding at this point in time.
I don't think he's going to listen. It's okay. He doesn't reply to us. I doubt he's going to listen to us.
Yeah, still big timing us. He probably just like put us on mute in the background. Like, yeah, I'll give him a fake listen.
It'll go up by one. So that's what matters.
Yeah, so, welcome back.
We are back doing another episode of what might be the FluxCast for not much longer. That was really, really badly worded, but you know what I mean.
Yes, this could be the final FluxCast. Yeah, the final FluxCast, but not the final podcast from the dynamic duo that is James and Paul. And we are very dynamic, is all I can say. But yeah, no, I would like to think so. I think we bounce off each other. We're like, woo, bam, bam. Dynamism.
Oh yeah, I think we can bounce off each other, but I'm not dynamic in the sense that I don't move much.
Oh yeah, no. In terms of in terms of vocally dynamic, I'm all good. I can do high. I don't know. I went low for high. I could do vocally wrong. But yeah, no. We're vocally. We're very dynamic. We have a large range. Actual physical moving dynamism, no.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass.
Yeah, I'm pretty to say that the extent that my legs move are from bed to bathroom to car to
desk
to desk to bathroom, back to desk to car to kitchen to home to sofa
to kitchen to home
to kitchen to sofa back to bed. I mean, it's not not kind of, dynamic. I'm running around all over the place.
Get yourself a Fitbit, you can see how much you're doing.
No.
Oh.
I don't want to be
how much you're not doing, I should say.
Yeah, I don't want to be told how much I'm sucking. But speaking of obscure things that have been purchased in my house related to Fitbits, my mother decided to buy an Apple Watch the other day.
Oh, nice. See, my mum has a Fitbit and can receive messages on it. Can't reply or anything. She can get messages on it, so I'm not sure what. I think your family just has too much money for.
Yeah, I don't know. The funniest part was obviously is that so she got the Apple Watch, but according to my mother, it doesn't come with very good instructions, so she couldn't get it set up properly for about a day.
Yes, of course. It was the instructions' fault, I'm sure. It's an Apple product. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, right. I was like, I don't want to say anything, but perhaps you're not meant for this, mother. Perhaps Apple Watches aren't for you. To her credit, though, it's now all working, and she I don't know what she does with it. She went on a walk today and it tracked her steps. I was like, again, could lit use a Fitbit. Apple Watches
Yeah,
just
but
seem.
this one you can also look like James Bond, you know.
Can you though?
Well, not really.
Because like to look like James Bond, I want my watch to be producing a laser beam.
That's
I
true.
want I want the golden eye style laser watch, and all that tomfoolery. Not just I can send and receive a text message or a FaceTime. Oh my
Now,
god!
viewers, what I was trying to do here, right, was make a smooth transition into a bit of news, but I think Paul's completely missed that.
I have.
Excellent.
But on that
What
note,
what happened in James Bond land, Paul?
oh, Daniel Craig is coming back for James Bond 25.
After saying he would never ever do another James Bond film.
Yeah, I apologise for not picking up on your cues there. That's my bad.
For not picking up on them.
Yeah, for straight blanking them. Like, yeah, she's just dumb. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But I guess what's new? If you've been with us for 35 episodes, that's again nothing new. I don't think.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I completely blanked then.
But yeah, no, yeah. Mr. Craig is back for 25.
So I'm guessing he's very low on money, which is ridiculous to me because, like, how?
I don't know though. Like,
Because he's
'cause
just done another
Logan
film.
Logan
Lucky,
Lucky.
that was it.
I can remember what the name was. I was like, is it Lucky Logan or Logan Lucky? It's something like that. It's a combination of those two words with Channing Tatum himself and some other dude in.
Some other dude, you say?
I think it's like two brothers and they hire Daniel Craig. Like, I can't remember who plays the second brother, which is probably the curse
I
of
mean,
being a film with Channing Tatum and
haven't
Daniel
seen it.
Craig. I've only seen a trailer for it. It looks quite funny though.
I saw like a poster for it. That's it. And again, I've been lacking on movies lately.
But yeah, no, see. So I don't think it's necessarily poor. I wonder if he just kind of did it and was like, it's just like most jobs, just like, you know what, f this, come with this again, and they probably slowly like just so they can be like, he probably realised that was probably a bit heat of the moment, and actually, like looking back, I had a lot of fun.
No, I'm not sure it is that.
I mean, did I?
It wasn't heat of the moment, really. He said it a few times that he absolutely hates it.
Well, the other one for it is that they may have just said, "We're going to pay you this much more money."
Yeah,
And he
that's
said,
what I think it is.
How about
It's like,
this
we're going
much
to pay
more
you
money?
double or triple.
And he said, "Make it quadruple, and we have a deal." And they went, "Eh." They're like, "All right, 3.5," and he was like, "Done." But I think that's good though, because I think,
I think he's a good James Bond.
he's
personally.
a very good James Bond. And obviously, like, I don't know anything about how,
Well, we don't know anything about the film yet, do we?
yeah, what the film's about. But I
It
mean,
could be completely different for a Bond film. We don't know yet.
because didn't he like retire at the end of the last one again?
Yeah. Okay, which was the last one? Spectre.
Spectre, where he walks off
He
the
didn't
bridge.
really. Did he retire? Oh, he went with French
Yeah,
person.
that girl who has the slight gap in her front teeth.
Who's not
Which
the Rimmel London
no,
person.
not
I know who you
that.
mean. I can't remember her character name. Is it Chloe something? She's French, so is it Chloe?
No,
Oh well, I'm out of ideas then.
I don't know. Yeah, we all know who we mean. Blonde hair. Wears a
Mr. White's daughter.
Mr. White's daughter. Yes, I was going to describe her. Like, that's not going to be helpful.
Blonde hot girl. There we go.
Yeah.
Like, which no other Bond girl has ever been before.
Because I kind of might. Okay, we're gonna deep dive on Spectre here about like 4 years too late, but because my understanding of that last scene, it was his kind of ceremonial. Like, I'm leaving.
Well, the 00 program was killed, right?
I don't remember.
It was canned, wasn't it? For that Nine Eyes thing.
Yeah, but then Nine Eyes got kind of destroyed. and
Yeah,
was
but
realised to be a.
they didn't say anything about bringing the Double O program back. Old Rafey boy was just out of the job.
True, but I feel like probably once Rafe stopped the whole terrorist attack, I feel like that's sort of perhaps implied that he kind of just gets his job back, and they realised, well, Nine Eyes was run by the bad guys.
Well, they'll explain it at the start, I guess.
Yes.
Which is probably more likely, really.
Probably expeditional video being like, oh, Nine Eyes has been shut down, huzzah, and then M will appear. But yeah, so because I thought he retired, or it was like a ceremonial retirement, him walking away. So I don't know if I was.
I kind of thought that was him walking away from everything, you know.
Yeah,
could have gone and be with wifey that wasn't Vesper Lind.
Yeah, because that seems like the theme of the thing is that she was just like, "How long do you want to do this for?" type thing. I think at the end it was his like ceremonial retirement. I'm done with this job. So are they gonna like George Lazenby it and kill her and drag him back?
I don't know. Never say never again. Actually, that's a parallel. Wasn't that Sean Connery saying, will you play James Bond? And he said never again. And then the next film was Never Say Never Again. I think that's true.
If that is true, they now need to do a sequel of Never Say Never Again.
Say Never Again. Which sounds like a Teletubbies movie.
It sounds like a bad comedy film, but overall, though, I think so. I think it's a very good choice because the way Bond is set up at the moment, I like it a lot. Like I like Craig as Bond is good.
It's a bit darker than traditional.
Yeah. Ben, I've forgotten his name, is very good as Q as well.
Ben, the young Q, yeah.
Yeah, and I think obviously Rafie and Moneypenny. It's all very good. I like what they've done with
Naomi Harris,
thank you. Can't remember her name. What's wrong with you? Moneypenny, that's the one. Yeah, so I think I'm glad they're all coming back for
hot not blonde woman. Oh.
I'm glad they're all coming back for one more.
At least
maybe more than one. Yeah, at least one more. Like it would be nice because then it can kind of.
It might just be Daniel Craig's back for one more. This is now the Bond thing for like the foreseeable future, apart from Bond, you know.
So I hope they'll give him like a chance to sort of kind of. Like the more I think about it, like Spectre ended on quite a good note. Like, is it sort of like wrapped everything up? So we'll be intrigued to see how they're gonna if this is just one more.
Yeah, that was kind of their story arc, wasn't it? Just the Spectre story arc thing.
Yeah, how they're gonna kind of like get him back and then drag him. Not drag him off, but kind of like they're gonna just get him back for like just one, or they're gonna be like, yeah, come back, or like is it gonna be like another new story arc? Because obviously, the more I think about it, it was literally Spectre. They had obviously Mr. White, and everything went quite well for them. It went quite weird, I think.
It would be weird if they like were like, oh, Blofeld escaped. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, really? It hasn't even been a film.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping they don't do. Like, I'm hoping it's not just going to be, haha, like Blofeld escaped.
It'd be a bit like Scooby Doo or some shit at that point.
That'd be wonderful.
Daniel Craig with like Scooby snack.
Just at the end, it's just
Zoinks, Moneypenny. That was Yoda. I don't know what's going on there.
Especially at the end.
Okay. I'm franchisingly confused.
It's just Blofeld there being like, and I would have gone away from it if it wasn't for you pesky James Bond.
If it wasn't for you meddling agents.
Yeah, so it should be. Is there a rough release date for that yet? Even
I don't even know. I just think it was. Oh, Daniel Craig's going to be in another James Bond. I think that's literally the only bit of news we've heard about it.
Oh, let me check. James.
I think there was something a couple of months ago about someone being rumored or lined up to be the next singer for the song, which I think was Adele again. I think.
It says currently initial release 8th of November
Other than that,
2019.
I am in the dark.
2019 seems like a suitable period of time for a film, I guess.
What was, sorry? You cut out there.
8th of November 2019.
So 2 years essentially.
Yeah. Which seems about right.
I mean, sure.
I don't know how long it takes to obviously shoot a film, but yeah, 2 years. It would not, wow. Kind of looking at just film release dates, there was quite a large gap between Die Another Day and Quantum of Solace. Which
Yeah, I
is,
think there was.
but for some reason, on the Bond, people also search for. Oh, okay, the gap wasn't so large then. I was suddenly really confused, and why there's just this
Got to
awkward,
read
like,
the articles, Paul.
yeah, it's just because like at the top of this thing goes like Spectre, Skyfall, Quantum of Solace, Die Another Day. I was like, hold
Die
on a
Another
second,
Day.
a film's missing here. Almost. Oh yeah, well,
They remember Quantum of Solace, but forget Casino Royale.
yeah. Like no offense, but who is searching for Quantum of Solace? Because that film was
I think they're trying to remember if it existed or not, if I'm honest.
yeah. I mean, in terms of Daniel Craig. Ooh. Okay, here's a question for you. I don't know how much
Yeah,
you've seen.
that's a great statement. In terms of
Like,
Daniel Craig. Ooh.
ooh. Hey man, have you seen him in Layer Cake? Look at that bod. And last shot at the start of Casino Royale, where he just rocks up in Speedos. Okay, so, obviously, I think we can both agree, Quantum of Solace, worst Craig film. Like, easily worst Craig
Yes.
film. What's your favourite Craig film?
Skyfall.
Mm.
Was that supposed to be a hard question?
It seemed harder when I was thinking about it, but now you've said it, it just seems, yeah.
Skyfall, Casino Royale, Spectre, Quantum of Solace. The only thing I'd question is the middle two, Casino Royale and Spectre, because they're both pretty good. And I'll say it was Skyfall, then Casino Royale or Spectre, and then miles and miles behind Quantum of Solace.
Yes, I was gonna say. I feel like we're both like top three. Now I think Skyfall definitely number one. Kind of slight gap. Casino Royale, Spectre. Because I think they're both like very different films. And then huge gap. And then
Agent Cody Banks.
yeah. And then kind of then Quantum of Solace. Let's go mess around with some oil. Because yay, eco-terrorism.
I can't even remember what happens, if I'm honest.
I
think that's the only one I've seen once.
What I remember of Quantum of Solace is it had something like there wasn't really like a bad guy. Like there was, but it was more like his plan was more just I'm gonna buy some land and privatize water. And
it's just Martin Shkreli of the Bond universe.
Yeah, whereas everyone else was just like, no, I'm just gonna kill people and do bad stuff. He's just like, no, I'm gonna be a dick to a whole country. It's like, I don't get it. And they had wait, was Quantum of Solace the one with the awkward, like opera scene where he sits and takes pictures while they're playing some sort of Holocaust thing? I think it was, Quantum of Solace is just a bad film. Less we talk about Quantum of Solace, the better. God,
I really can't remember. I think that was the one with the weird opera scene.
Oh yeah, it was, and I remember it, and it had an awful set of like editing when he runs from the bad guys, and it cuts between the opera. I'm like, this is like the Bourne Identity all over again.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember that. It was the Bond Identity, yes.
Yeah, no. let's not go back to that, please.
Should we just move on to other film news?
Oh, I was going to move on to other, it's like super secret agent news, but I had an equally wonderful transition. But we can go film news first.
What's super secret agent news? You shouldn't know that. It shouldn't be news.
Well, my super secret special agent news was obviously, Crackdown 3 has once again been delayed.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Didn't? I think we were right in that because we foresaw that, as did everyone else.
Yeah, it's now been delayed to 2018. Like the game is never gonna release.
No.
It's gonna be like Xbox's White Whale. It's gonna sit and be like.
So I wonder what's gonna be teased at E3 2018.
Have some more Crackdown. No.
Like, fuck off. Everyone has lost interest.
Release the game on STFU Xbox. I don't care about your stuff.
What I was going to say for film news. Oh yeah, the lots of Deadpool 2 news, kinda.
Oh yeah.
Released images for everything.
Cable looks pretty.
Cable looks pretty sweet. Domino looks... Well, the actress has the best name I've ever seen.
She does.
Zazie Beetz.
Yeah.
Not
great.
even a fake name or a moniker or anything, that is her name.
Yeah, like... okay.
Use your words.
Because this comes off sounding really bad, but it's like snobbery bad, not like actually bad. I think, well, from the film perspective, she looks great, and she looks really cool, but it's sort of not how she looks in the comic books, and I'm going to play that card. But I also don't.
How does
I don't
she
want
look
to
in the comic books? I mean, I have no idea. You know, I didn't read the comic books.
Basically, white girl, short, kind of like black bob haircut.
Oh,
Not. However, this thing is like
like
kind of
Salt.
a little bit like Salt. But I think like I also don't be the person that now passes judge. Like I don't want to pass judgment and be like, "God, they got it wrong."
I'll wait until you see the film.
Yes.
Cable looks fucking sweet, but with about 100% less shoulder pads than I've seen.
It's just that was the. I mean, he looks like a great Cable, but yeah.
Oh, Josh Brolin would be an awesome Cable that I never even thought of.
Mm. But yeah, no, it's just unfortunately not enough shoulder pads. The pouch is there though.
As is
like
the teddy bear.
In terms of like ludicrous things that Cable's known for, it's pouches, big guns, and shoulder pads. He's 2 out of 3, so you know it's all good. And the teddy bear is really interesting because obviously no one yet knows what it is, but everyone's speculating it's going to be a huge X-Men thing, which will be really weird because it doesn't like align with the current X-Men films.
Maybe it's for her Cable's protector. No, Cable's protectee. Doesn't he protect a little girl?
He does. He protects Hope Summers, who is...
Is that his daughter, or is like his brother's daughter?
No.
Because he's Scott Summers' son.
Yes. He's Cyclops' son, but not with Jean Grey, who then got sent to the future.
But not with Jean Grey.
No, with a Jean Grey, with a Jean Grey clone called Madeline Pryor.
Oh.
I think it's Madeline Pryor as the kid with. He gets infected with the techno-organic virus, gets sent thousands of years into the future, hence the arm and eye. Gets in the future, then comes back into... Oh, actually,
speaking of, it doesn't look too techno-organic, does it? It just looks kind of techno.
Yes.
Well, the arm does anyway. He's got the cables in his face or whatever.
Yeah, the arm looks more techno, which, however, I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's kind of the more like organic-y kind of mad versus meets machine parts is like the underneath the tank top where it all sorts of like merges together, I guess. But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so then he gets out to the future, he comes back, chills with the X-Men for a while. Um, he also has an evil clone brother called Strife. It's so convoluted. Like literally,
Right.
it's literally exactly the same, just evil. And yeah, then after to kind of skip through many years of comics in one, Scarlet Witch says no more mutants, so all mutant powers go away. There's only 192 of them left, and then after like 10-ish years, maybe it looks slightly less than that, they find and detect a new mutant who they name Hope, and Bishop then tries to kill Hope because from his future she's the reason for everything, but in Cable's future she's like the good things. So Cable goes time traveling with her to the future and kind of generally through time to keep her alive. And then they come back and there's a huge ass fight.
Right, of course, duh.
You know, standard X-Men things. So yeah, people are thinking that teddy bear could be Hope's because there was also graffiti on the phone box
Yeah,
in the
I
which
remember
said Hope
seeing
and
that.
stuff. So people are thinking, are they gonna just sort of low key introduce Hope and then pay a crap ton of money to try and get the franchises to link up?
We'll see.
We will see. I mean, overall, I'm excited. It's going to be a brilliant film, I think.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly delayed now because a stunt woman was killed in filming it in
Mm,
Vancouver, which I presume would be for one of Domino's scenes.
I would agree with you, most because the stunt woman part.
Yes, exactly. And she's
But
the
I know,
only action woman we know in the film.
mm, but see, I know they have already started filming again, which because
Well, they'll
I
probably dedicate the film to the stunt woman, I imagine.
oh yeah, without a doubt.
They should. But
But yeah, so I very much think that it will probably be I could foresee it being delayed, but I could also foresee them if they really start filming again, just being like, well, uh, I could also see it still coming out on time. I don't know. I just kind of want it to come out because I think, in terms of superhero films, that's the one I think that's the one I'm going to enjoy the most out of what's coming up. I think.
I'll probably enjoy Thor Ragnarok a fair bit.
That's not to say. That's not to say I won't enjoy the others. But I think the one I'm most looking forward to is I think Deadpool 2 because Deadpool was great. Thor Ragnarok does look hilarious. Um, I sway a lot with Avengers in that uh, I think it has the potential to be very cool, but I am so intrigued to see how they're going to manage such a huge ensemble cast.
And the Skrulls. Good transition, Paul.
And yes, and the Skrulls, even with Captain Marvel, yeah, and Nick Fury, who's not going to be in Avengers, but only in
No,
Captain
apparently
Marvel.
not. Which is a bit incredibly weird.
It is weird considering he has been the driving force behind the Avengers
For the
to leave him
first
out of
15 years or whatever it was.
yeah,
And now he
then
just doesn't exist.
leave him out of the Avengers' biggest film. But it would have been Captain Marvel.
What was that? He was in the Winter Soldier. Was that the last one?
He was in Winter.
Or Civil Winter
He
Soldier?
wasn't in
Civil War?
Civil War.
No, he wasn't.
He was in Age of Ultron. He just appears in that barn for all of like
Oh
two
yeah.
minutes.
I thought Winter Soldier was after Age of Ultron.
I couldn't remember. I thought it was before because I thought the one after Age of Ultron was Civil War. Fuck knows. They produce a crap ton of films.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, yeah, that was I think it's really cool actually to use the scrolls because it makes sense with it being Captain Marvel, and it could lead to some really interesting things. Like because going forward, uh, after Infinity War, kind of like random prediction time, they could then do the whole secret invasion arc, which I don't
I
think they
think that's what
would.
everyone's been saying. That would give them the ability to kind of cut off their
Hmm.
higher build actors, you know? i.e. Chris Evans,
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes. I don't think so. I think it could be, like, it's one of those things where the moment you say Skrulls, then everyone's mind is going to go there. And,
Oh, which
like,
is
I
another
would,
good transition, actually, to something I'm not sure we've talked about or not.
well, then discuss away, because I'm in the dark with this transition.
The name of the Flash film. Have we discussed that?
We have not.
There we go.
Yes, in terms of more, like, DC universes cut themselves out, Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, which is a hell of a way to start it.
Yeah.
But it
If you
does mean
haven't,
Jeffrey Dean Morgan might be Batman, which is pretty fucking sweet, really.
it'd be amazing. So if you haven't read Flashpoint, I can recommend reading it.
Or
It's
know
very
what it
cool.
is.
It's a graphic novel. Graphic novel? Comic arc. It's a
Is it a comic book or a graphic novel?
comic book. It's a universe-changing comic book from DC, which was the kickoff to their New 52 line, and it basically involves Barry Allen finally going back in time and saying, "I'm going to let my mum live," and then it basically changes the whole world, and it culminates in it puts Wonder Woman and Aquaman at war with each other, and the world goes like to hell. And yeah, rather than Thomas Wayne dying, sorry, Bruce dies, and Thomas becomes Batman, whilst Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
Yeah, because it
And
drives her insane.
it does, yeah.
So that could be, assuming it's the same actors, that will be Lauren Cohen as the Joker.
See, it could be really cool, but this is my concern with like stuff like Flashpoint, is that I if you're gonna make it a Flash solo film, there's an awful lot of other people you need in Flashpoint. Like you need Gal Gadot, and you need
Gal Gadot.
Gal, and you need Jason Momoa and them to have like an epic fight. And I think it'd be really cool, but it'd be a, and I would say it would allow them to get everyone who doesn't want to at that point like off their books. Which is, when is the Flash film coming out? Is that
2019?
okay? So
Or 2018, I'm not sure.
to the internet. But yeah, it gives everyone a chance to just get everyone off their books, which probably makes sense because I feel like Ben Affleck is constantly being rumored that he's not gonna be back for it.
Yeah, I think that is probably it, right? They don't have to rely on Ben Affleck now. He's already fucked over them about 3 times.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd say if you're not willing to, it's currently undated.
Oh, interesting.
Flashpoint is currently undated. The upcoming films of the DC universe are Justice League in 2017. Huh?
That's this year, yeah.
November 17th, 2017.
Yeah. You didn't know
I
that?
didn't even.
It's
No,
this
I
year,
thought it was like early next year. Huh.
Well, sorry, what was that date, Paul? What was that date? Just read it out again.
November 17th, 2017.
What else is happening on November 17th, 2017?
Perhaps a pan-Atlantic trip.
Yeah, you're going to be here. Or coming
Fingers.
here.
Yes.
So we could actually maybe go together if you really want to.
Fun. Cinema date. But yeah, so the upcoming films: 2017, Justice League. Still dim results. I thought it was next year. And Thor.
And is there another one? When's that Man and the Wasp? Next year.
Next year.
JK.
As I say, so to go just pure DC, Aquaman's 2018, Shazam is 2019,
Woohoo!
Wonder Woman 2 is 2019, Cyborg is 2020, Green Lantern Corps is 2020, and undated films are Flashpoint, a Justice League sequel, The Batman, Man of Steel.
Man of Steel 2.
Yeah, but I see.
That's a long time between them.
It is, but like looking at that, I'm assuming if you do. So if you say Flashpoint isn't coming out earliest 2021, it means you've still got to get like a Justice League sequel out. Assuming, because otherwise people will be like, well, how come nothing has changed to Justice League and everything's the same? I don't
That's
know.
true.
Also, say my main point is that if you don't want to read Flashpoint, even though I can recommend it, 'cause it's a fantastic comic book, which is available on certain illegal websites, which I'll promote if anyone needs. They also did an animated version of it. Sorry, I could do a cough, which was a fairly faithful representation and is worth a watch. It is called Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox, and it's a quite nice.
Is that the animated one? Yeah.
Yes, I know because
Sorry,
Cinema.
you cut out again. So I'm not sure what's
Sorry,
going on. Yeah,
yeah, I know.
CinemaSins did it.
CinemaSins did it, and I cannot remember if it is on Netflix or not, but I know it is available. It is
Well, it
on
might be on
Netflix.
American Netflix, but not the UK. It's definitely not on Canada because Canada has nothing.
Yeah, I've just gone to Netflix. Okay, is it going to work for me? It may be on a fair bit of Netflixes. It's not on the UK, but it is on.
Netflix.
It is on
What's the plural for Netflix?
NetUS. And speaking of Netflix and superheroes, James, we're nailing it.
Oh yeah.
In exactly.
One day. Well,
time
no,
for
6 hours for me.
It's not. It's 9 hours for you.
9 hours for me. What?
Yeah, they do. It's midnight
Oh, is it
Eastern
midnight
time.
East?
Midnight Western time. Sorry,
Like
midnight
Pacific,
Western
yeah.
time. Yeah, because I was
Bastards.
I did the same thing. Like it comes out at 8:01 for me in the UK. But yeah, so 9 hours time as of recording this. The Defenders will be out on Netflix, and I am very excited.
I will binge it this weekend.
I have already, because obviously I'm away from 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Talking of. Oh, Nina's at work this weekend a lot. I am sorted.
Yeah, I'm away from 4 o'clock on Saturday till 12, like till basically midnight on Sunday. I've roughly worked out that my plan is to come home tomorrow from work, have dinner. I can then fit in a solid 4 episodes between the hours of 8 until 12, and I can then fit in the remaining 4 on the Saturday before I leave. So, as a heads up, listeners, it's just if you haven't watched The Defenders, I would maybe skip next week's episode. I suspect it's going to be us breaking down The Defenders.
It's going to be Defenders heavy, that's for sure.
Yes. But
say?
They've released a fair few news about The Defenders, and it looks like it's going to be very interesting.
It's the third trailer. They released 3 trailers, right?
They released another trailer today for it, and they've sort of like released like
today.
They released a trailer today. Yes, I saw a thing that said like with their they did like a last minute trailer release. I don't think there's anything new in it. They've obviously I knew they
released the third one. That's the fourth one.
There could be a fourth one today then. They released another one today. I know that much for sure.
Which would be a fourth one.
Oh, there's a fourth trailer out today. So enjoy, people. But yeah, because I know obviously they've also released like where the characters are going to start the series off as, which is interesting.
Jennifer Jones getting arrested. Daredevil coming to.
Daredevil's not Daredevil. They've said.
Daredevil's not Daredevil.
They've said he's like yes. From they've kind of released promo stuff, he is at least at the start of the series, he has given up being Daredevil.
Interesting.
Because I'm like, because my biggest thing with the Defenders, and and I know we're
Actually,
not
thinking
going.
about it now, I haven't seen him in
Yep.
his suit in any of the trailers.
Yeah, like so they released a few episodes to the press as well, and they say like the team doesn't form straight
It
away.
got
Like it.
rinsed, didn't it?
No, I've seen from what I saw of like I saw some of the IGN, and they said it's really good. They just said like they say just like don't expect it to be. It starts off and they are the Defenders. It sounds like it's going to be like a
Origin
prolonged,
story.
yeah, like prolonged build up of them all meeting and then kind of them doing separate things. So like Luke Cage is still in jail at the start of it after like the end of Luke Cage. So and they say like because obviously the things that I'm kind of looking forward to, but knowing that we're not going to get a resolution to, is obviously like Daredevil 2 ended with him just showing her his mask, and I feel like that's going to be just not really touched on because it is like I feel like this is going to be like an 8 episode sort of like more like film thing than it is going to be like here's a lot of individual character growth moments.
Oh,
But that's the fact that's just going to just I just want to like know like I don't think get the reaction to that like to Daredevil season 3, and obviously like I wonder if because obviously Foggy and Matt weren't friends at the end of Daredevil season 2, but I know Foggy gets Luke out of jail, so are they going to become friends? Like this thing, are they going to spit? Are
yeah,
they,
or
or is it
just
going?
put up with each other.
Or is like so much of it just going to be left to like
I guess.
this is like big cast moment, and then individual stuff happens in their own respective series whenever they then come out.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna have to wait to find out
Yeah,
this
we have to
weekend.
wait 9 hours.
I mean, I've got nothing to say. We've got to wait.
Mm. But
What was I gonna
speaking
say? At
of the individual
least.
series,
Oh no, I was
I
gonna
have
go
more
into something. I
transitions.
was gonna go into something else.
Oh, I have more transitions. Sorry. Have you seen Jessica Jones?
I have. Oh yes. I
Yeah.
know what you're gonna say.
So Kilgrave has been confirmed to be coming back
Well,
for.
David Tennant is coming
Well,
back.
David.
Which
I,
is,
I
he plays Kilgrave.
yeah. Sorry. The Purple Man, aka David Tennant, will be back for season 2 of Jessica Jones, but obviously with no explanation of how,
What
when,
the
where, and
fuck?
why. Considering as Jessica Jones season 1 ended, his neck was snapped like a pinata.
Yes, it was. Which is why I didn't say Kilgrave is back. I said David Tennant is back because it
Ah.
might be within Jessica's head or some weird shit.
See,
I don't
that
know.
is. I think it's going to be PTSD. He's just going to be still in her head type thing.
Yeah, that is
I
what
don't know.
I would have thought as well. What was I gonna say? Yes, at least the Defenders, well, I assume, will come out at the right time. HBO Spain, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, good work, HBO.
After
But the fa-
all the things surrounding episode 4's leaking by the hackers, HBO Spain go and broadcast episode 6 days early.
yeah,
They put it
just do
up
a,
on demand and it got downloaded something like 100,000 times in 10 minutes or something. And
so
then got
if everyone
taken
is
down.
so just so being 100% clear, we're of course discussing Game of Thrones.
Did I not say that? Shit.
No,
No,
so
I didn't.
have
Sorry.
have you watched it or have you remained spoiler free?
We were talking about it at work yesterday, and we were like, okay, I might watch it tonight, as in yesterday night. Then went into work this morning, talked to another guy that arrives just after me, and was like, oh no, I didn't end up watching it. Neither did he. And then the other guy comes in, sits down. I'm midway through saying, did you? And he went, fucking, and then just a massive spoiler. So I was like, oh, well, we didn't watch it in the end. And he was like, bollocks! So then I ended up watching it because
Yes,
I already knew.
yeah, because see, I did the same thing, and this is very similar to my kind of thoughts of Rick and Morty, for example. the kind of the season's like the same topic. Is obviously so Netflix UK show Rick and Morty exactly like 1 week after it's shown in the US. So it's broadcast Sunday
Oh,
night.
you
I
get it a
think we get it.
week.
So we get it Saturday. We get it the following week, the following weekend,
Oh.
which for most shows isn't too bad. Like I know they do that with stuff like Shooter and stuff like Riverdale, which is a not huge kind of like internet worthy stuff. But obviously, like Rick and Morty, it's kind of by about Wednesday, the memes from the previous episode are just out and about.
Yeah,
As I
Game
think
of
of like
Thrones in the UK is, for everyone that doesn't know, North America it's broadcast on Sunday night. In the UK, it's on Sky Atlantic, right?
Sky Atlantic
And
Monday.
it's Monday night, so we get a day, so we have to avoid the internet for a
Well,
day. But for Rick and Morty, Paul is saying the entire week.
it's I also believe Sky Atlantic simulcast it as well, so you can if you're that like
Well, it's
obsessed stay
like
up till
3 or 4 in the
3.
morning
Yeah,
on
but
a
yes,
day in which most people work.
yes. But I think like so obviously like a day, it's easy enough to avoid spoilers because you go into work and kind of no one's really talking. Like everyone has the same knowledge of I haven't watched it, you haven't watched it. I'll just shut up for this Monday. We'll discuss it tomorrow. But obviously, Rick and Morty, like you go on Twitter the next day, or like by the Tuesday, there's YouTube clips galore, and like the memes from that episode are just out. And I'm just a bit like, I feel like I don't know obviously why Netflix have to wait the week, but I feel like they are perhaps missing out because I feel like some people just probably go fuck it, I'm gonna just watch this episode of Rick and Morty before like the meme dies. But yeah, so get back on topic. So yeah, 6 is it's a big one. Let's just put it
It
like
is a
that.
pretty big one, and they released it almost an entire week early
Obviously, considering it's the penultimate episode as well, it's just a
of
bit
the series. Yeah.
of the series. It's a bit kind of like penultimate episodes haven't always been the big ones. It just seems to think like maybe take a bit of extra care.
In a shorter season as well. Like, come on, you're already not going for that many episodes.
Mm.
You can't fuck up one of them.
Oh, wait, also speaking of the shorter season thing,
Well, it's longer
so
than
what
next season. Just been out there.
it is, but like because I always look at shorter seasons in that it's very similar to the end, like the last series of Breaking Bad, in that it just sort of feels like I have a feeling this series is just going to end. I know you kind of just think if it's production purposes, fine. But part of me just thinks they could. I think they want more money, so they're going for let's split it into 2 rather
Oh
than do just
yeah,
one
it's like
epic
a Harry Potter
14.
film, everything.
Yeah, which is just
Mockingjay.
annoying. Like I just kind of wish they would just go, John. We'll just give you.
I think though that episode 7 of this series is going to be significantly longer, as well as every episode in the following
Mm,
series.
yeah,
I think it's going to be kind of 70, 75 minutes every time, other than
so I
65.
I remember reading somewhere there's like 2 hour long episodes next year, which
Sorry?
is going to be. I remember that. I think I also think that like the next season has some almost like 2 hours. Is going to have some almost 2 hour long episodes.
Oh, that would be something.
Which in that situation, I'm just like,
We'll probably have a year and a half to wait until then anyway.
it's just like just if it's going to be 2 hours long, just give me 2 1 hour episodes. Like 2 hours of that is a long period of time to like watch just a TV show. That's like film length. Oh, I was gonna say, do we want to put out a ludicrous bet now, by the way, on how we think Game of Thrones is going to end?
Paul, come back to me.
I'm back to you. Hello?
You disappeared for a while there.
Oh, sorry. I was. That's the grumble grumble. Discord is weird. So do we want to put a bet on now how we think Game of Thrones is going to end, or are we going to revisit this in a year's time?
Not really.
Okay.
There are so many different things. I will say, I think that Bran. I said it years ago, actually, when the episode came out. Bran is the OG Three-Eyed Raven. He's that old man.
Uh,
That's what I think.
uh.
And I also think he's Brandon the Builder. I think he's time traveling. He's Star Trekking across the universe.
Okay, the most part is, rather than put about how I think it's going to end, we'll say who do you think will end up on the throne. I'll give you the options are like the likely options anyway: Cersei, Daenerys, Jon, or do you think it's all going to be torn down and kind of split into separate areas?
I think that I have a lot to say about that, assuming everyone's seen episode 6. So I'm not going to say anything about that
Okay,
because
we shall.
something quite big happens in regards to that in episode 6.
That is true. We may have to. I think what we'll do is we'll put stuff on hold, and I'll make a mental note, and I've written down notes. I don't remember this that long. But before the start of season 8, we should do like a joke prediction show and just see what we get right.
Yeah, okay, I'll be down for that.
Just as like before this last season starts, like so, what do you think's like? Take a guess at who's gonna end up on the throne type thing. But yeah, I am all out of transitions and also news.
Well, we've only done film and TV. Is there any game news?
Crackdown was
Trials
delayed.
Fusion is free. Crackdown was delayed.
It's about it really. It kind of seems like a slow games week. Instead of
Crossout's fun.
oh yeah, Crossout is fun.
Actually, today, World of Tanks announced something. They announced like a single player or co-op, like I think it's called War Stories, and it's basically history, or depending on what side you play, history or alternate history campaigns. So I think the first one is you get like it comes out on the 22nd of August, so 5 days time. The first one is, I think, in regards to the Berlin blockade in the 50s or the late 40s, after the war, and the Americans and the Russians, or the Allies and the Soviets, are at war in Berlin after the end of the war. And it's story-driven narrative and stuff, so that's gonna be cool.
War Stories makes me think kind of very akin to like the Battlefield 1 style of doing it. Where it was like here are the journals.
I'm not sure. I mean, I've only seen the like announcement trailer for it so far. They kept it very quiet actually, but I'll be trying it. I'll probably stream it honestly.
Oh, I've just realised I've seen more game news actually. Knights of the Frozen Knights. Oh yeah, I can't say that fast.
That's pretty much all the game news I've got.
Yeah, Knights of the Frozen Throne is such a mouthful. Is now out, and the second being released today. It's so far, I'm quite enjoying it. Like it's the adventure. My issue still stands in that I think although at the time people lauded Blizzard for doing it, I think 3 full expansions I think it's too much in 1 year. Like I preferred the adventure style of doing it because you were guaranteed the cards.
Is this the last one for the year?
No, there's one more still to come. So of course, there's 450 cards still to come out. Like there's
Holy
150.
Shit!
There's 150 cards still to come out.
Oh,
so
150.
That's
150 each expansion. Yeah.
So that's 450 cards, and it's just kind of like I get adventures were expensive, like as in, but they kind of on average they cost less than these sort of expansions do. I just think, like personally, the more I've done it, the more I'm thinking I would have preferred an adventure because you're like guaranteed the cards for slightly less money. But we're gonna have a full Knights of the Frozen Throne episode. I can't say that at all. Jesus.
The Frozen Throne.
Knights of the Frozen.
No.
A full Hearted episode later on this month.
Knights of the Frozen Throne. Jesus.
Thank you. When I believe the one, the only, the Benchik is going to make a reappearance. Once
is he?
Yes. once the final week of the expansion is out, because they've done like a mini adventure, but you get like, so they still have wings, but rather than getting obviously like Druid Road cards, you just get like a pack at the end, which is just like, this is sort of lame. I feel like I want more than one pack. But yeah, that full kind of breakdown episode is a coming. Probably soon.
Good words.
Nondescript soon. Well, I don't know when, because I'm trying to look up like rough schedules in my head. Just nondescript soon.
When is this one coming out? This episode, by the way. Saturday.
I need to.
Have we got a backup?
Well, I need to discuss this with you because just in terms of, I was going to aim for this Saturday. We'll discuss this on air because why not? It just comes down to who wants to edit it, and by that I mean, how much free time do you have, or do you want me or would you prefer, or like, all my mother thought was, do you want me to edit this one? But I'll send you a copy of my file so you can play with it and get used to it. So then obviously, like next time, if I am not,
Let's discuss this not while we're still recording.
Okay. Well, in that case, then
I don't think anyone else really cares.
No, behind the scenes talk, how every episode will end. But yeah, so I guess I'm all done, really.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a slow day for slow period for games. For TV, it was TV and film, and it was pretty busy.
Yeah, so I guess the best thing to say is thank you very much for joining us on this. If this is the last FluxCast episode, then thank you very much for joining us on this ride. We'll be back. We will have an episode next week.
Probably be back next week, but we're not sure of the name of it yet.
It
might be the FluxCast still.
It may be FluxCast episode 36, or it may be insert
or
new
the right
title
one?
here.
I don't know.
Yeah, or it will have a new snazzy title. We're not sure, but like I said, keep on your feeds because we will definitely be back. So,
for sure.
Yeah. So I guess James, for the final FluxCast, maybe for the final FluxCast time, is trying to promote yourself. That's why I say promote like 4 times.
I'm on Twitter at JamDelay. I'm on Twitch at SteliusMKII, and that's my gamer tag as well on Xbox Live. Cool. That's all I do.
I'm everywhere at PLudlow21, and my Battle.net has 4 numbers afterwards, which I don't know.
Good work.
I'll get that for next time. And obviously, we are, as always, a part of the wonderful family over at Ninja Pancake Go.
We are jolly as gin.
We are jolly as gin. And
can't you tell?
Such...
We're jolly, damn it.
We're so goddamn jolly. No, we are part of the Ninja Pancake Family podcast. With such podcasts as Bombshell Jackets, Bum One and Coffee. I forget some more, but there's loads there.
Geek Squad, Warlock School.
Warlock School self-res, because, haha, rebranding. Yeah, so go open your ear holes and
put
your wallets, because it's free. But go and enjoy them and all the wonderful content they have to offer. And yeah, we will catch you
on the flip
next week on the flip side. Perhaps, because we may have actually flipped the name. Peace out.
Jesus Christ.